So as you can see, we're back on the river today. I know last week we did a little creekside camping, but I figure it's getting a little later in the summer here. I think we're at August. I don't know why I even try to remember. August 18, 19, I don't know. We're definitely mid-August for sure. And I don't know about in your neck of the woods, but here in West Virginia, we have probably roughly another month of like heat and like hot weather, right? Usually towards right at the end of September, it starts cooling off to where you don't really want to get in the river anymore. Sometimes it varies. I remember one time here, I don't know, it's been a while now, 5 years ago probably, I was in this very river on October the 3rd or 5th, and it was like 96 degrees. But anyway, I wanted to get in this before it cools down too much because I've not been in it much this year. And I figured to bring you guys along, do a little camping. As you saw, we were in a Dollar General. I know a lot of you like the budget meals. And as some of you know, this is a budget channel. We do anything and everything we can on the cheap because camping should not be that expensive. I know there's a lot of people on here, YouTube, that goes and makes huge elaborate steak dinners, and that's great. Don't get me wrong, there's a time and a place for it. Sometimes you want to treat yourself a little bit.
The revolution. Treat yourself. Nothing. Treat yourself.
But sometimes you got to be cheap. So we tried to do a little $5 challenge. So you're going to have to stay tuned and see what I came up with there. It's a Dollar General, but it's more difficult than you think. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into my swimming situation, swimsuit, pop this top off. So I'm gonna need you guys to turn around a little bit. Let me get changed here. All right, got my swimming attire on. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna roam down here and kind of look around at some areas we've never been. I know a few of you have been to this river with me, but we're gonna go see some places that I've never been, I do believe. Spotted them from the road, but never seen them up close. In the burb, and we've done enough exploring for one day, I do believe. Also sat down there and did a little soaking in the river. That was pretty refreshing, by the way. It's been very warm out, but today is not that humid, actually, surprisingly. So now what we need to do, we need to find us a camp spot for the night. All right, so we've been here before. A few of you may recognize the spot. We camped right here on this exact rock before. A little waterfall situation, nice and peaceful. And somebody has already set me out a little fire pit. I rounded up a couple sticks, but pretty nice. Some of you may remember that we've been to a couple spots up and down this side of this river, and every time I make a fire pit, somebody comes and wrecks it. Or the water just gets high and pushes them off. I don't know which, but kind of nice to have a fire pit ready to go. So I'm gonna get a fire going, and we've got a new snack to try. Alright, got us a little fire going here. Now, let's try a new snack. Some of you know I'm a pretty big fan of the Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Never had cheddar barbecue flavored, limited time only. Sounds really good. I don't know. Not so bright red like the typical Flamin' Hots. Heavy on the barbecue. Tastes very familiar. There's another barbecue flavored snack that tastes a lot like that, and I cannot figure it out. Not bad though. I like my barbecue to have a kick to it. That being Flamin' Hot, I thought it'd be a little spicier than that. Serving size is about 21 pieces at 150 calories. It's bad news for me. I don't think I've ever sat down and only had 21 pieces of a Flamin' Hot Cheeto product. It almost reminds me of Sweet Baby Ray's just a little bit. Oh, it's all right. It's actually not as good as I hoped it would be. Saddle up for a sizzling, cheesy barbecue crunch. I don't know. I don't actually believe I'd have them again. And the only reason I say that is because there are better Flamin' Hot Cheeto snacks than that. I like the plain old Flamin' Hot Cheetos better. I like the cheddar jalapeno better. The original Flamin' Hots are right up there with my favorite with the cheddar jalapenos. I mean, those are like 9s for sure. Don't know that there's really much better of a spicy, cheesy snack out there for me. So if those are like 9s, it's probably like a 6.1-ish. I give it a 6.1. It's all right. All right, I'm gonna have a few more of these, and then I'm gonna throw a little bit more firewood on there. I think it's time for a camp soda. I got a new one this week. Okay, it's officially time for a camp soda. It has been quite a day. And new camp soda sounds pretty tasty right now. I have had the regular version of this beer, the Genesee. This is an older one. I have spoken with some older folk that like these a lot. I mean, not to offend anybody that's older than me, but I know that, I think my own father maybe, I don't know. I've heard a couple people older than me say they had this as a child or a younger person or whatever. You know how they were back then, they drank when they were 10. Trying to find a date. I thought I've seen it somewhere. Since 1878. So yeah, it's an older one. Brewed for generations. Don't know where it's out of. Rochester, New York. Rochester. I feel like I've named off Rochester, New York before for a brewery. I don't know. Now, the regular old Genesee, I don't love it, but I don't hate it. There's like a, I don't know, there's just an ingredient in there that's an odd flavor to me. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like a pungent flavor in there that I didn't love. But if you caught the video here 3-4 weeks ago maybe, plain old Chuck sent me in a couple camp sodas, and he sent me a cream ale. I don't remember the name of it now. I don't know why I would even try. But the artwork on the can was like old portraits and, I don't know, like turn of the century kind of looking artwork, and I really liked it. And the beverage inside was also pretty tasty. So, kind of made me want to try another cream ale. I had no idea they even made this. When I was in Pennsylvania, going on a wild goose chase for a van that I didn't get to get, I stopped at a pretty big like beer store, warehouse, retailer. I don't know what they do up there. They don't sell camp sodas in gas stations, so you got to go to like these certain little buildings that sell it. Found this there. So what we're going to do is we're going to see if this cream ale is as good as the one plain old Chuck's in. Or does it have that odd flavor that the regular old Genesee has? Genesee? I'm probably even saying that wrong. I don't know. That is much bigger than my cup, but we'll put a little in here. It looks a little different than the last one. Looks more like a light beer, or maybe like an apple juice. I don't know. Cheers, everyone. It definitely is different than the last one. The last one almost seemed a little thicker than that. It does have that cream ale smoothness that I liked about the last one. That is not bad at all, though. That's fairly smooth. Definitely has a better flavor, in my opinion, than the regular old Genesee beer. Yeah, that last cream ale was better for sure. I don't remember what I gave it as far as a rating goes, but this would have been lower than that by a point or two. I don't know, I'll finish it. That last one I tried had to be like a 7.5. I don't know, I liked it. That was a 7.5, that's probably more like a 5.8. Not quite a 6, still decent. I'll finish it. Now I know from watching other YouTubers, especially our friend Ryan over at Dish Outdoors, you can't find any old camp soda wherever you go. He's had some that I've never had, and I've had some that he's never had. So if you've ever had Genesee, drop me a comment. I want to know what you guys think about this stuff. Everybody I know that's had it has very mixed reviews, but I will say that I've had much worse. Alright, I'm getting chewed on by bugs for some reason. I haven't all day. Now I am. The sun's getting mighty low in the sky. It's cooled off a little. Got a little humid there within the last hour or two for some reason. But today's been pretty tolerable overall, because we have had a very spicy summer, I'll say. If you caught the last month's worth probably of videos, I'm just soaked through. Like it's been a bit much. That water felt nice today. I'm really glad we got to come out and do a little exploring today. Hang out at the river, try some new things. Speaking of new things, dinner I've never had before. I was trying to make a $5 budget dinner, and I did that, but we gotta see if it's even edible. It's not the best spot for getting the sunset, but I do like to sit here and watch the hillsides get a little darker. such a good view sitting anywhere on this river. Cup and a half. We're just gonna eyeball it and hope for the best. That's probably good. I made a slight error. I really thought I could do some kind of chicken Alfredo for less than $5, right? Well, to buy pasta and chicken and sauce, no, not so much. The Dollar General that I went in did have a pasta for $1. And that can of chicken was $2, but the sauce was like $4. I think $4. So that put us way over the $5. Well, then I saw this. And I thought, it says Alfredo and broccoli. That's way better, right? Fettuccine and broccoli and a Parmesan and Romano cheese. Romano? I don't know how to pronounce that. Cheese flavored sauce with other natural flavors. Have preservatives and garbage is what it's saying. But anyway, I mean, it doesn't look terrible. And it was like $1.60, $1.65. Either way, we were at like $3, 65 cents before tax. After tax, it was right around 4 something, right? Thought I nailed it. Now I know this is not some high-end meal here, right? But we're camping. We don't care. Camp food, it's easy. Boil some water, throw this in there, cook up a little chicken, mix together. Cheap chicken Alfredo. It calls for milk. Didn't read that. Every time I see these, I just think add water, butter's optional, cook it up. Now, it's supposed to have milk. Well, here's the thing. It would have put us over budget anyway. So we're gonna skip the milk part because, I mean, now we're in the middle of nowhere and I don't see a cow anywhere. So we're gonna try without it. It's probably gonna taste terrible. This is how we learn. Because I didn't realize how difficult it could be in a Dollar General to come up with a meal for $5 or less. $5 does not get you much anymore. That's for sure. Now, $10 or less, I could have come up with something a little fancier. So what we're going to do is we're going to learn from this. Next time we do the $5 challenge, we're going to be a little bit more observant as to what we need. Then what we're going to do after that is we're going to do a $10 challenge. We're going to come up with something pretty good for $10. We're going to let that go for, I think it said 7 minutes, reduce heat. We'll figure it out. Anyway, got another new hot sauce to try off the old Roadhouse road trip. If you caught last week's video, I had the, I think the most like mild, timid one out of all these because they're not really like in order. They're not labeled little hot, extra hot, very hot. So what we're gonna do, maybe we'll try the garlic. Garlic goes pretty good with like Alfredo, chicken dishes. So let's get it out of here and see what we're dealing with. That last one was comparable to like a Tabasco, like it was all right. Definitely not overly hot. Hopefully this one has just a little bit more. I do like me a spicy garlic hot sauce. Like the spicy garlic wings at B-Dubs, those aren't too shabby. Nice and garlicky. That was a lot in one shot. Oh yeah. Nice and heavy on the garlic. Yowzer. There's not going to be a vampire within a 30-mile radius of me tonight. It's good, but and you can see just that little, well, it was a little bit more than a little. It's kind of a gulp of the sauce, if you will, but not getting much heat. Scenic garlic root, whichever. It's good, it's just not that hot at all. I think last week's was hotter. If you like garlic, that's a good one though. Maybe not like take a big old shooter of it, but should be good in there. Well, I just realized I got a backup plan if nothing else. Found this in my camp tote. As you can tell, it's been in there for a while. Best Buy 2023. Yeah, it's in a can. This stuff lasts forever. Doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. Add some chicken. That's dinner. I gotta say, it doesn't look that bad. Looks edible to me. I mean, I don't know how crucial that milk is, but it's just like pasta and chicken Alfredo to me. So hot. So hot. Noodles are cooked just fine. Has plenty of flavor actually. Chicken's not even bad, and I didn't season it with anything. I mean, I don't even know how that's possible. That's 3 ingredients, less than $5. I don't know what it's supposed to taste like with the milk in it. That is not bad at all without it. Completely acceptable. I've had so much worse camp food than that. And it was $3.65 before tax. It's like $4. Now that we know it's acceptable, let's fancy it up a little bit. I know this is not the $5 range, technically speaking. But for no more cheese than I put in here, I'm still not over $5. Little Italian blend. I mean, that's whole bag is like $2 at Walmart. Got a little green top Danos. We'll give that just a dash. Probably 10 cents worth. I don't know. That whole thing was only like $7. Give that a little stir and see how it tastes now. That's still for sure within $5. Plenty warm enough to melt that cheese, because it just melted my tongue clean out of my face. I got a feeling this is going to make it taste way better for sure. Of course, so much better. I think you could put Danos on just about anything and make it better. Of course, cheese makes anything better. Before I forget, I'll try a little hot sauce on here. Yep, that garlic is a nice addition. That's really good. I would honestly never guess that was only like $5 or less worth of food. I mean, it's not even that skimpy of an amount. You'd probably feed 2 people. Or just me. Well, officially running pretty low on light, but that was tasty. I cannot believe it turned out that good. Missing what I'm assuming is a fairly important ingredient. Never would have guessed. So that went from an expected failure to an unexpected, pretty tasty dish. If you didn't tell me that was less than $5, I would never have guessed. Even fancied it up a little bit and stayed within $5. So, next time you want to go camping, you only got a 5 in your pocket. Don't even need the milk. Think about doing that. Pretty excited to try that little $5 challenge again, because I was eyeballing a can of roast beef in there. Maybe next time we'll try like a beef dish of some sort. I don't know about the Dollar Generals in your area. Mine does have frozen chicken, frozen beef. Some of them have frozen shrimp. This one did not. And they also have like Polish sausage and stuff. So pretty good spot to hit up when you're looking for a cheap camp meal. Sun is pretty much gone. Cooled down just a touch. Turned out to be a really nice evening. I know that much. So, I'd say most of you know the drill by now. I'm gonna head over here. I'm gonna flip that grate off the fire. I'm gonna throw some more firewood on there. I wanna sit down and relax a little bit and listen to this river. It's gonna be a good night. I know one thing with this little break in the humidity, it has been nice sleeping in that thing at night. I had my fan on, but still it was nice. I wanted to do like a night lapse situation last night because it was so clear out and the stars were out, and it'd have made for a really good shot. But instead I'm dumb and I forgot. So I didn't do that. Hopefully next time. But as you can imagine, with this wide open valley through here, you can get a pretty good night shot here. Back on this caramel macchiato. I actually have everything for hot coffee, but I'm kind of in a hurry and I kind of don't feel like messing with it. So I saw this in Dollar General yesterday, so I grabbed this. Good stuff. I really do not want to leave this river today. It is very low. It's not rained here in days. I know one time I brought you guys here, the water was like way up to, I don't remember now, like definitely up to that dark area on those rocks. It does not take long for this water to go up or down. All right, so I left the house in such a hurry yesterday that I grabbed my smaller like memory card, SD card for this camera. So luckily for you guys, I don't have a lot of time left on here, and we still gotta go get breakfast. So I can keep the rambling to a minimum this time at least. All right, I'm gonna clean up my gigantic mess and we're gonna get on the road. Just swung back in Hardee's, grabbed the old, it used to be called a monster biscuit. I think I've had this on the channel before. You just get like a sausage, egg, and cheese, and then you add ham and bacon. It was much easier when it was just the monster and you could just say that. I can find the receipt around here because it's expensive. $409 plus $190 and plus $160. So yeah, I think it ends up pushing like $9 by the time you're done for one little biscuit. Worth it? Not really, but it is tasty. And it's very filling. sure it's probably also 1,000 calories. You can see it's got a lot of stuff in there. All right, I'm gonna finish chewing on this thing. I'm gonna get on the road. So I got some things to do today that I don't want to do, but I definitely want to say thank you guys for tagging along again, like always. I'm gonna call that $5 budget dinner a win, even though I forgot milk. Well, I didn't even know that it needed milk. I didn't really forget it, but anyway, you know this is a budget channel, so if there's a cheap way to make dinner, we're gonna figure it out. So if you only got $5 in your pocket, hit up the Dollar General, go do some camping. I have no idea what we're gonna do next week. I have an idea if the weather cooperates, and if it does cooperate, it should be a good one, so definitely stay tuned for that video. Still no leads on a new camp vehicle, but I'm gonna continue looking, hopefully find some kind of good permanent situation one of these days. And oh, update on the $600 marketplace truck. That thing is gone. Sold the cabin camper. A few days later, sold the truck. Still have the F-150. Nobody wants that turd. Still have that red camper top on there. That thing is apparently not going anywhere. But I got a couple trade offers on that Chevy $600 truck. But it was dumb stuff like lawnmowers that don't run. So it didn't really end up being much of a trade-up challenge, but I did get offered $1,500 for it. And I didn't have to fix a thing. They took it as is. Paid $600, put $100 in it and miscellaneous things, oil change, spring hangers, not a lot, and just started driving it. I drove that thing a good bit actually. I think I put like 3,000-4,000 miles on it, maybe 3 at least, and got to make some videos with it. I definitely got my $700 worth and made some money by the time it was all said and done. So that's going straight into the new camp vehicle fund. Hopefully by next week we'll have something else. I don't know. Either way, hit that like, subscribe, drop me a comment, head over to TikTok, Patreon, Instagram, Facebook. Did I say that one? I don't know. Go over there, like, follow. I'll post random videos and pictures over there. And I think that's it. Stay tuned for next week. Thanks for watching.